Hello. Can you guys hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I think it is now sound. See, this whole morning has been going crazy. All right. Woo. I think it's there now. Okay, now I'm echoing to myself. With that being said, okay. Now the sound is back. So, good morning, afternoon, evening. Welcome to Head and Shoulders. This is where we cover athletes' performances or otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. I'm going to have to clip out this first 4 minutes here. So we're going to go through this, like I said, in honor of Tokyo. Now we are here. Let's start covering this. Wow. Thank you guys for letting me know. So now I can see it. This whole morning, I'll reiterate this again. This whole morning, right now, with this setup, the internet may go in and out, so please bear with me. Something has happened. My computer did a force restart or something. So it reset all of my settings in between me making my last video, which was right before this. So it's a lot of things that are off. So if you see pop-ups or something, that's what's happening. But yeah, now we're up and running. We are ready to go. Smash that like button. Do not forget, because people, this was the announcement. I had an announcement. So we will have that raffle after I do the coverage of the marathon on Sunday. For that raffle, we have two different ones that were going on. There was one for an undisclosed amount. It could be 10, 100, 1,000 or $10,000 in crypto. And then we had that other raffle, which I believe I got to go back because I put it in my notes, but I don't have it here because my computer restarted. But I believe that was either for 50 or $100 for the people, or I was going to give out some mix of that to 10 people be in that raffle for guessing that number. So with that being said, stay tuned on Sunday for that. And then we're going to cover the World Youth Championships, which will be, it's a 1 week break in between. And then that quick pop-ups are okay. Prawn is not. Ha! Coach Greg Adams. Shout out. Well, with that being said, I do not watch prawn, sir. But so that's not a worry about that popping up on the screen. But oh yeah, another thing. I'm gonna cover this, but I think that Elaine Thompson-Herah is going to break the world record. I think most likely in the 200, but it could be in the 100 this year. So stay tuned, because I will be doing coverage. I will release a video on that and more. So we got the Decathlon 110 hurdles. Really nothing that stood out in the Decathlon except the Canadian that is in the lead. I think he's out for 9,000 points to be the first athlete. And I think that is going on right now, where he's going to have to actually cover that. He's going to have to get a PR by 3 seconds in order to do that. So that's going to be an exciting thing there. U.S. men's relay. Yeah, name a more iconic duo. You know what? I wasn't surprised. Look, if y'all go back to my other videos, I called that one. So let me cover the finals today, because we cover the finals. It's going to be a little bit quicker with these, because, yeah. And then we're going to go to the 4x1s. Oh, and the women's 4x1. Let's pull that up first. So let me cover the field event finals, because those are field events, and I understand that some people would prefer the sprint events, but I got to cover everything. Pole vault is, to some people's surprise, more popular than the 200. Now the individual people can be more popular, but pole vault is very popular. It's one of the most popular track and field sports in the world. And the USA is the most dominant in that, beyond any other event that the US has been in. So Katie has won in the pole vault. This was an exciting pole vault, in my opinion. It was actually a little bit disappointing in the beginning, because almost none of them could make the first height, and I was like, what? So 2 people got out, including 1 American got out at the first height. They had no mark. And then Newell, I'm actually surprised that she couldn't get that first height and actually into the second one for Canada, because she's been pretty well. Holly Bradshaw, she showed up to so many Olympic Games, so many championships, and she's finally got a global medal. I mean, I think Commonwealth, European Championship, she could not get anything, and she did it at the right time at the Olympics. Stefanidi, the previous Olympic champion, out. She did not get a medal. she was really disappointed. So disappointed she walked off early. Usually the competitors will stay and watch the rest of the competition. She walked off early. She was that disappointed. And then also one other honorable mention, Silva from Cuba, the short, diminutive pole vaulter. She has been able to stand out. She's getting up there in age. She's 34. And although people can do PRs in 34, like what we've seen with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, she has not been able to capitalize. She's on the other end of that age where, okay, she's the one of the people that break down when they start getting there versus step up. And so she did make the finals, so that was good. But I hope that she can come back and bring herself back to a medal position when it comes to the World Championships next year. So Holly Bradshaw in bronze. We have Sidorova of the Russian Olympic Committee, aka Russia. She was starting off in the lead the entire way, actually. That was there. Wow. And then later on, she kind of messed it up on some of the heights. And then she got a silver. And then Katie Nagat of the USA has gotten a gold. And I have to point this out for the USA contingency here, especially for the people that say they don't care about field events. Well, those are the athletes that are leading the charge for the United States. So we got to give them the respect where respect is due. And there you go. All right, let's cover the next events here. Nope, that's not the one I want to cover. Let's cover the field events. So the triple jump. We got a Chinese athlete that finished in second. I'm telling you all, in 2 to 3 Olympics, China is going to dominate. Not just win, they're going to dominate. I might be off by 1. It might be 4, right? And the most ironic thing is if they come to Atlanta 2028 and destroy everybody else, or at least the U.S. in sprints in their home territory. If they come here and destroy the U.S. in the home territory, it's a wrap. Stick a fork in it. But China has been sneaking up, and I'm telling you, numbers don't lie. That is why this channel, us here, we've been able to collectively call things. We might have been slightly off by things because it's still a person's performance and how they're going to do that day. Things could be a little bit off, but we've been fairly accurate. We might have been, we might not always be right, but we're always accurate. And that's the thing that we need to stay on. So with that being said, Zongo of Burundi. Is this Burundi? Oh, Burkina Faso. I'm like, yeah, because I saw BUR and I didn't recognize the flag. Zongo has gotten a bronze. Zhu of China, a silver, and Picardo, which I think he's going to be able to challenge, at least in this top spot. I think he could have gotten the Olympic record, but it just wasn't there today. But Picardo of Portugal, a national record with the gold. All right, that's that. Now we're going to go over to the shot put. Don't forget to smash that like button. They said China will never dominate sprints. They tend to medal in the 4x1, and they got Lu Zhang that was in the 110. Then they got a guy that went in a 9/8. I can't say they can't. They have the numbers. They got the stats, and everything is on their side. If they can get field events, which is a explosive power event, because the USA tends to do well in the field events like long and triple jump, they can get the sprints too. Trust me. They got the willpower and they got the way. I can't say they can't dominate in the sprints. And if they have the same genetics, very similar genetics to the Japanese, they could do well in the distance events too, if they can do a step over what the Japanese do. Because they are on the top list for the marathon. They just can't get to that next step for whatever reason. And I mean, they eat, breathe, and sleep the freaking marathon over there in the 1500s. Their youth is usually faster than other countries in the world. But with that being said, here is the shot put. That is an exciting one. You guys, go back and watch the shot put. I understand that maybe some of you don't want to watch it if it's not your nation there. I think it's going to do that. You said, shoot, you're looking at how it is now, and I'm telling you, look at how it's going to be in about 20 years. That's how long it takes. Here's one thing, and then I'll move on to this. If you take Germany, for instance, they were not on the world's list at all in football, aka soccer, as it's called in many nations, including the United States. They were nowhere on that list. It took them 20 years. They're almost on the dot. They copied the Brazilians. They noticed what they did. They made it like a business, where they ran it like a business. They went to the primary schools. They went there. This is what track needs as well. They went to the primary schools. They held standards. They have it where it's very tough to qualify. Doesn't that sound familiar? Sprint events, some of the field events. That's how it is in the U.S. That's why it's so cutthroat. They had that in Germany. And then, boom, they took over. Now they're the number one, not even close, soccer nation, football nation in the world. They destroyed Brazil in their home territory with that blowout game, where it was just like, it was equivalent to an American football game going like 80 points and the other team getting 3, right? Or another team just getting 1 touchdown and the other one got 80 plus points. That's how they destroyed them. You got to see that soccer game with Brazil versus Germany. It was in Rio. That was embarrassing. But anyway, they have the most goals and everything now. And all it took them was 20 years. That's how long it's going to take. And China has been cracking at it. I'm telling you. Don't take my word for it. Just notice as they keep sliding up and everybody else is asleep. But with that being said, Tom Walsh, he got, for New Zealand, he got himself in the middle of the pack and got a bronze. Congratulations to him. He always shows up. Romani from Brazil, oh my goodness, he was right there. Man, these guys right here on this top list in the top 5, and really even the Egyptian Hassan, these guys are some of this shot put, y'all just don't understand. Just imagine some of the best sprinters in history of time being lined up. Usain Bolt is there. Then you got Michael Johnson there. I'm talking about in the 200, and you can loop them over. Jeremy Warner. You get all of them in basically one competition. If you have a 12-lane track and you put them together, these are some of the best shot putters ever. At any other time, some of these guys that didn't even medal would have won. That's how good the competition is. So, you said Germany isn't dominant anymore. They may have an off year. They're not going to win all the time. Like, dominant nations don't win all the time. But, I mean, it's inarguable. Germany, within the span of just a few World Cups and Olympics, literally has the most goals and the most championship titles out of every other nation. And we've been doing this for how many Olympics? How many World Cups? That's what I'm saying. They did it in such a short time. Tom Walsh, bronze. Joe Kovacs of the United States, silver. I mean, that was close. And then Ryan Krauser, congratulations to both to Kovacs on behalf of the U.S. Because they're saying, hey, field events don't matter, whatever. And for the U.S., man, y'all are holding the United States on y'all back right now. That is where it's coming at. The medals are coming at the field events. I never used to care about it until I saw in Illinois high school state meet for 2 years in a row. There was a high school, and maybe 3 actually. They won the first year. I was a high schooler, I think, at the time. They won with completely field events and 1 relay. That's when it opened my eyes, and then eventually I became a coach at field events, and they are my favorite things. So this one, from a non-biased perspective, because I've never coached shot put, and that has never been my thing, even for field events, this is exciting. So go watch that. Now, here we go to the women's 4x100 meter relay. Oh, yeah, and if you're here, don't forget to smash that like button. We got 5 likes, 37 viewers. Definitely, can we get that up to at least 10? Get that up to 10 likes. And don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support, because it does help us go a long way with growing and expanding this channel, and any other way you want to support, whether it's Super Chat, PayPal, or Cash App. And so let's get into this right now. So the women's 4x1, this is looking a little bit shaky. A little bit shaky on behalf of Jamaica. Because, yeah, I know it's the B squad and everything. I really do. Trust me, I really do. And I realized there were 2 shaky exchanges. Oh, can you guys see this really well? I forgot. Let me zoom into this. Let me look at this screen. Okay. So, yeah, I understand that they had some questionable exchanges. And it was 2. One of them was real bad. The first exchange was bad. The second exchange was so bad that she could have got out of her lane. And even the announcers were like, they were like, what? They kind of stuttered up. They were like, and Jamaica. It was so funny catching that. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I know. That's exactly how I was feeling. I'm looking at Team Jamaica, like with the side eye. I'm looking like this at Team Jamaica, right? So that was kind of shaky. I hope that's not how it's going to be a pathway to the final, really, because so many of you have said this sounds like 2008 vibes. I hope it's not 2008 vibes on behalf of either the United States or Jamaica, because both of them took L's, right? I want United States to do well, but I also want Jamaica because they have the talent to set the world record. I'm not one of those people that's petty or whatever. I want to see good nations do well. If the U.S. can take the world record, matter of fact, I would like the U.S. to do it. I mean, whoever can take it. I want to see a world record in this 4x1. But so somebody's saying about how was Asher Smith injured, but she ran the relay. Okay, I'll put it like this. Okay, and they got a national record, as you see. So look, this is how it goes. Remember Michael Johnson? We got a guy named Michael Johnson. He was dealing with a hamstring injury. He slipped out of his blocks, and then he set the 200 world record. Remember that? Oh yeah, remember another athlete that was injured, Elaine Thompson-Herah, in 2017. She was running sub 11 several times, ran 10.7 several times, yet she was dealing with an Achilles injury. She just could not handle it when it came to the finals. She was dealing with an Achilles injury and still ran a 10.8 in the semis. Remember that? So you can still run fast and deal with an injury. That's why she dropped out the 200 so that she could rest herself up, which was a smart move. So Dana Asher Smith, she's likely dealing with her injury, and there's injuries that are that you can manage, and then there's injuries that you can't manage. If it's a hamstring one, at any given moment she could explode, and then she can't finish the race. So it's not that she can do it. She could get in the final, and if she's running the final, she might run that, and then boom, it snaps, and then she pulls right there. So let me look at some of the comments here too while I'm going back to this results page. Okay, why did it go down there? There we go. So it says oh yeah, for everybody that's joining now, don't forget to change the top chat to the live chat, because it doesn't because it filters out the comments and you might not be able to see it. Now let me see. It says, why don't the US make their trials like 2 to 3 months before the Olympics? Well, the US has traditionally done the same thing, so it's worked in the past, so why change it? Team Jamaica had amateurs. Wait till the sprint. That's what Afro Buddy said, and King Knight said Team Jamaica had amateurs. Wait till the sprint queens show up. A different story. World record. Hey, no guarantees at all. No guarantees. I don't even want to jinx it, even though I don't really believe in jinxing. Islander said, I don't know why they sent Ramona Birchall instead of Kimba Nelson. Hey, I don't know either. You know what? Maybe because they were like, hey, we know collegiate athletes typically don't perform or something like that later on in the season, and they see the U.S., how that happens. So, I mean, that could be that. They said, Afro Buddy, Jamaica performed all right. Great Britain brought their A team, so obviously they won. Jamaica will take it, Ray Gibson said. Let me see. Kara Britain said, Britain said, I don't think you realize how good Jamaica team is. Kara or Kara, I think my second video, I said they were going to break the world record. I do realize that. I think maybe you just didn't see that. I made 3 videos saying that they will break the world record. And a matter of fact, I might come out with another one right before this to analyze. But we got to be honest here. There have been several teams that have been faster than the 2012 team, even before the 2012 team. Collectively faster, but that doesn't guarantee a world record. We got to be honest here. And even though that, I just got to talk about it though. King Knight said, Head and Shoulders ATR, the USA ain't setting no record this year. They're going to have to call the sprint spirit of Flojo and get Carmelita and Evelyn Ashford out of retirement. They said it might be raining tomorrow in Japan. Yeah, if it rains, no world record. So that goes out the window. Unless you can get them together again at one of these September track and field meets, and if they even still have their fitness at that point, then yeah. So that's the first heat right there. United States went through. I don't think they have their A squad either. Let me look at this list. I forgot exactly who out of this list ran, but I don't think they had their A team, if I am not mistaken. So, but Britain definitely had their A team. Sometimes they actually do run that. Netherlands, season best. France, season best. Now let's look at the other list. They said, do you think the lane Jamaica is placed in for the 4x1 will be a big disadvantage? Yeah, I think it's going to be a disadvantage, but then they also have some of the fastest teams on the inside. I'll get into that in a second. Let me zoom into this. All right, so we got Germany in the second one. Switzerland with the national record, which is not surprising. They got Konbuji that's over here just knocking off her personal best / national records. They got, I think Pinto is Germany. Del Pont, there we go. That's who I was thinking of. They got Del Pont. Both of them ran on that one, so they ran their A squad. Del Pont and Kambunji, they ran that, so nice. China, they over here, they qualified, and I'm telling y'all, on the men's and women's side, y'all seeing it right here, but it's just because y'all don't see it in the open event yet. They're coming up in field events. They're coming up in everything. China is going to come up and smack the world. China been doing that with their 100-year plan, and they on year like 54 or 55, and their total global domination. But that's not just it. They're going to dominate athletically too. So, but yeah, Germany, they winded up doing well. I'm actually kind of a little bit heartbroken that Nigeria didn't make it. Man, Brume went backwards. And even with Blessing on there, I think they still wouldn't have qualified. And the reason being is because they left so many of their good sprinters off the Nigerian team when they were sending them. And Nigeria was just smoking that good ganja or whatever. They was hanging over there with Richardson. It was like, yeah, this would be a good decision to leave over half of our athletes and just say, nah, you ain't going. And then the other ones that they could have taken as relay alts, and they just decided, nah, we're not going to do that. So also, Amusan looked like she might have pulled up in that, so that might determine her training for next year. Amusan came in, and then there was a lot of people. If you go back and watch that qualifying round, the second one, and then see the first leg in Nigeria, you will see her running, and then her arm goes right out. It's just her arm goes right out like she's about to fall. So she either tripped or something happened and she pulled up. Because I'm surprised she didn't do a little bit better than what she did. So, name a single world record that has been broken in the rain. The 400 hurdles. Afro Buddy, since you said that, the 400 hurdles world record was broken in the rain. It depends on how heavy the rain is. You forgot Dalilah Muhammad broke the world record. So let me go over to the women's final for their heats. And with that being said, I'm going to go over to the men's final for the 4x1 because it's in the same day. But with that, actually, let me go over the heats for the 4x1 first, so then I can go to the final, right? 4x100 meter relay. Boom. Open that in the background tab and this one. Track highlight said Nigeria is a disgrace right now. Man, look, this is what I said. I say this to my Nigerian lady friends and the business partners and people that I deal with over there. I said that the U.S. and Nigeria seem to be competing with each other about who can do the worst. I'm like, the only difference between the U.S. and Nigeria is that the U.S. has more electricity and power and everything, and they are more developed. But the politics and how things tend to be run, it seems very, very similar. Let me bring up the final tab here for the 4x1, men and women. So, and if you're just joining us, don't forget to smash the like button. And when you come back into the chat, turn it to live chat because it's going to reset you and everything. And we do appreciate any support to everybody that has currently donated via PayPal and Cash App. And don't forget to join. It's in the pin post, if I'm not mistaken, the Patreon. Or maybe that's not in the pin post. But here we go. Heat 1 of the men's 4x1. This is crazy. This is crazy. If we could get us up to 20 likes, we got 78 people in here. Thank you guys for coming out. Let's get this up to 20 likes. I would appreciate that. It costs you nothing. Just a like button. Come back into the chat and then change it to live chat. Okay, so Jamaica came in and Johan Blake said he wanted to get a medal. I'm going to need all of y'all that was clowning Johan Blake, and I said that I saw him being serious and I believe him. I'm going to need y'all that was clowning him, because somebody said if Johan Blake gets a medal, then those that disrespected him need to apologize. And I was like, the biggest ones are the Jamaicans themselves. Yes, you Jamaicans that are listening right now, y'all gonna have to apologize if he can do it. Now, there's no guarantee right now, but if he comes and he blazes that tomorrow, and he comes and he gets himself a medal, somebody, Afro Buddy said Trump's antics won't even register in Nigeria. Yeah, with so if he comes tomorrow and Johan Blake gets a medal, all right, and he brings it back, I'm gonna need y'all, even though he couldn't do it in an open event, right? I'm gonna need y'all to recognize that he was one of the people. You can't take that away. If you replace him with somebody else, if he's there, you can't take it away, right? Track Highlights said, I'm Nigerian. You might not understand how ridiculous everything is here. Not just athletics. I wish they would have left politics out of athletics. Yeah. So I understand a lot more than you think. I do a lot of international business, and some of that is in Ghana, Nigeria, a lot of West Africa and East Africa. So there's some stuff that I'm trying to do over there. You'll be surprised. If you wake up, I'll be like Dangote. And you'll be like, wait a minute, he got all this construction and everything owning this place? Yeah, I'm going to be like, fingers crossed. I'll be like Dangote, where I have a dominant ownership of a lot of business there. Not in a bad way, but in a good way, where I'm like, okay, I'm employing people, we're making a lot of money and stuff like that. So, no, you'll be surprised. I understand a lot more than you think. I travel the world. I travel the world, many countries, and I don't claim to be understanding as much as a native Nigerian, but I understand more than you think. But with that being said, if Johan Blake brings back this medal, I'm gonna need y'all all to apologize that was clowning him in the comment section. All right, I'm gonna need y'all to apologize to this man, because I made a video that he could medal, and I'm gonna pat myself in the back. If he doesn't medal, fine, okay. But if he does, all right. Now let me get back on the topic here. So, where we at? Jamaica, they showed y'all the potential of what can happen. Great Britain came in. That's kind of understandable. Did they have? You know what? I didn't see. Yeah, that's what I thought. They didn't put him in there because he pulled up. So, and then Japan, they made it through. Japanese and the Chinese got similar genetics. So let's see. That's just telling us. All right, here we go. China, look, again, they won their heat. It was slower, but they won their heat. Now, when they come back in the final and they potentially can win, like I said, I got them pegged as winning or potentially getting second, because Canada, you know, when they put the grass and everything on there, they're going to have that extra boost. And I think that Canada has a better chance after seeing DeGrasse perform and know that they got Aaron Brown on there. Okay, I can see that. Let me see. King Knight said, to save embarrassment, the USA should have boycott the games like they did in 1980s. Their performance this year was horrible. Hey, you know what? A lot of people tried to boycott. Remember when Richardson was smoking that good ganja? People in the comment section, they still are. They say it's racism that held back Sha'Carri. Not her decision, not her bad actions. It was racism that held her back. And I'm just like, okay, you mean Carl Lewis, Michael Johnson, and they said Simone Biles was dealing with racism. That's what caused it. I'm like, can we stop using that? That's a failures approach. That quite literally, everybody's dealing with different things. You can say a woman is dealing with Xism. You know what? As I say that, it's going to demonetize this. That's why the support that people give, because obviously I'm running ads and stuff. They demonetize that stuff. They try to censor us. So all of these isms that people throw out, other people are dealing with isms. They got people that's infighting in their own thing. Yes, we all are dealing with these things. I got the same skin color as y'all, but I don't want to see somebody's failure and then they say, oh, it was racism for their own action. Like, clearly, that was their own action. So, people are saying that when China starts winning, what y'all gonna say? Y'all gonna be like, well, China's cheating. Chinese people could never run that fast. Asian people could never run that fast. I'm like, okay, all right. But hey, they could be cheating. What if we find out it's a big scandal like Russia and the USA with the drugs and everything? But yeah, China, Canada, Italy. I think Canada and oh yeah, we got to see the lane assignments actually. So let me take this off real quick. And let's look at the final. Is this the women's? Yes, this is the women's right here. So let me read the comments before I go to the next section. And don't forget to smash that like button, guys. They said, South Africa, disappointing. Afro Buddy said, in my defense, I didn't see the USA and South Africa not making it through. Yeah, some people, I'm surprised at South Africa, but USA, I'm not. I thought they were going to mess up the exchange in the final, and people were telling me, well, they got no pressure. They're so much faster than everybody. So I made a video and saying that they have a chance, but even in there, I said the likelihood, statistically, numbers don't lie, they would mess up that. Toddlin Sterling said, even if we don't get a medal from Blake, I still appreciate his hard work for Jamaica throughout the years. Yeah, I know, right? Like, look, I'm a talk down on the athletes and say, wow, they did disappointed. But then at the same time, a few minutes later, after I say that, I'm going to be like, you know what? I do appreciate that these people are here. Like Will Clay in the long jump. I mean, he couldn't get a medal. And then they were like, hey, he got to hang up the shoes. Yes, he probably need to hang up the shoes, but he's the best. Just like the Jamaican announcer said, well, he's the best we got. Well, there you go. The best you got, if that's the best you got, and he's putting himself out there, and there's nobody younger coming up, hey, you know what? I got to at least respect that, even though I'm still going to be like, yo, we should have got a medal. So, Netherlands in lane 2. This is going to be interesting. Do they have Femke Bol? Femke on there? Is she fast enough to even do that? No, they don't. Man, I didn't even see Daphne in the 200. Did she even do that? France in lane 3. Germany in lane 4. Great Britain, they got the preferred lane, I'm sure, in lane 5. USA in lane 6. Switzerland in lane 7. And Jamaica in lane 8. China in lane 9. This is gonna be interesting. If Ashanti said, if he doesn't medal with the minimum of silver, he shall be referred to as Yolanda Blake. I know I remember you calling him Yolanda Blake before, but man, oh, sorry guys, this has got to be rolling, man. Oh. All right, let me focus, guys. Can you get the likes up to 30? We got 96 people in here. We really should have about 45 or so likes, but let's get this at least up to 30. Man, that has got me rolling, man. Thank you for that one. Thank you for that one. Okay. Now, with this, Jamaica is at a slight disadvantage. Reason being is that even though they can do a world record, even though they can do amazing things from lane 8, they don't really have anybody to draw off of. China is not fast enough. So they're going to have China, and they're going to really just be running by themselves. They're going to catch China, I would say, by second leg. They would catch and probably surpass China at that point, made up the stagger on them. It just really depends on how China front loads or if they do the standard thing. If they front loads, then they will still have somebody to drag off of on the bend. But at that point, it's really like, okay, are you dragging off of them? Really? So Switzerland is going to be dragged through to a faster time, if I'm not mistaken, because they got Kambunji and they're going to have the Jamaicans on their outside. Yes, they might get blown out by the second leg. Let me see who's on that squad, actually. Who they got on this squad? Oh, wow. Well, they got Spot. Okay, here's Brianna Williams. So if they got Kambunji leading off, which I don't think they would, but if they got somebody fast, Brianna Williams will not take off on Switzerland. So that's going to be that right there. Brianna Williams is right in line with Team USA, so they're going to see them right there as well. They're going to be able to draft off of the outside. Great Britain, they know how to come through at good times. So I just can't count them out. After seeing what they did, after seeing what the heck, after seeing what they did in the qualifying rounds, I'm not going to be surprised if they can run a 41-3, 41-2. And if Jamaica doesn't come up, and oh, by the way, if it rains, we already know the rule here. It rains, Dina Asher-Smith is going to be performing even better. She's going to turn into Superwoman or something like that. She's going to go Super Saiyan freaking 5 or something. So we know she's going to be injured, but just like her water type is, she's going to come up and she's going to be healed by the water. Okay, so let's just hope it doesn't rain for the sake of USA, Jamaica. I know we got a British crowd here, so for the British people, I know y'all want to hope that it rains, but I personally don't want to hope it rains right now. I want Jamaica to set the world record. They're the ones that are far and above everyone else from a neutral perspective. Selfishly, I want the USA to win. Selfishly, I want the USA to win because Nigeria's not there either. So I want the USA to win. I'm not Nigerian either, by the way. I just like to see Nigeria perform because of reasons I explained on the previous video. Right here, David Anthony said, you make a good point in China and investing in their athletics. As a Jamaican living in the diaspora here in New York City, I wish Jamaica would invest more in athletics. Imagine what Jamaica could do with more. Yeah, with more investment in athletics. Afro Buddy, China is taking over the world. Be very afraid. Yeah, everybody better learn Mandarin right now. I know a little Mandarin as well. The Francois, if Jamaica messes up, Great Britain will win. But the Great Britain team will remain the same, so they won't get much faster. Yeah, that's why I said I think that what's going to happen is they might run a 41-3, maybe. And that's a big mess up for Jamaica. Jamaica should at the very least be at like 40.9, 40.9, 41 flat. I can't really see Team GB getting much faster than 41-3. If they do, maybe I'll get them a Super Saiyan boost for Dina Asher-Smith and one of the other exchanges because it's just so smooth. Because that's what happens. It's going to be a smooth exchange. And I'll get them a 41-25. That's the max that I see them at. If they do better than that, then they really are doing some things. I'm American. That's what I am. Well, I would say that I have some... I don't even want to talk about that one. But anyway, I am a black American. I'll just keep it simple like that. They said, what are you to identify yourself? I'll say black American. So then now y'all just won't even know. Okay, I'll keep it simple like that. But yeah, so that's what I see. 41-25 with an extreme boost. The USA gonna have to do something special. Switzerland, I can see them getting down to 41-8, but they can't. Beyond that, I don't know. 41-7 at max. And then Jamaica should be setting his world record. If they're at the peak and max ability, like I said, 40.5 should not be out of range for them. A 40.63 to a 41.75, I would say, is an average performance for them. Especially now that we know that Elaine Thompson-Herah is a 10.5 athlete. We know that she could have run a 10.5 against a headwind. Oh my goodness, yes. Put her in a good lane position, and she runs the bend fast, faster than anybody else. She runs the bend fast. She can run that home straightaway, get her a running start. Then yeah, the thing is that she isn't good from a standing start. That's the bad thing. She's not that good from a standing start, so she isn't going to be able to use that much to her advantage there. But any advantage is still an advantage. They said. Bruce Portmore said, I thought you were Southern white. I have never really, only young people have thought I was a white guy. But hey, maybe I should have never said it so that people could say you holding down the black man like they said in the comment section before. So yeah, but other than that, when I've announced that track meets, everybody will recognize that I'm a black guy. I've never really had that except for what younger people. Now maybe some other people are there would say that, but whatever. Anyway, sticking on this point, Uh, Mark Palmer said America will not make the podium. On the women's side, I trust them a little bit more. They don't mess up as much. So statistically speaking, they should make the podium here. But it's going to be tough between Great Britain, Switzerland, and Jamaica. And China might just surprise everybody in lane 9, but I really doubt it. They haven't shown anything special so far. So on the women's side. Now going over to the men's side. And now we got 106 people here. Definitely, guys. Let's get our likes up to 45. That's 20 more likes. If you are here, don't be a ninja watcher. Just definitely support us through the likes. If you're not doing Cash App, PayPal, or anything like that, or subscribing to the Patreon, definitely consider just doing a like. It costs you nothing. You get in there, you turn your phone sideways, and then you press the like button. Then you turn it back there. My picture and my story. Why don't you post a picture of yourself on your story? Nah, I'm okay. Yeah, I don't think that's important to cover this. I know a lot of people like to see faces and things. I don't really think it's that important. So, because this isn't really about me. I will mention some stuff that I've done, but it's not really about me. And I've identified so much about myself, it will be extremely easy to look me up. But I'm not going to go out of my way to do that because I don't think it's important. I don't intend to show my face either. But, yeah. With that being said, definitely smash that like button. Here are the men. And this is what's going to happen. Team USA is crying to themselves. So, Ghana in lane 2. Germany in 3. Canada in 4, which is a good lane for them. Jamaica in lane 5. Great Britain in 6. People's Republic of China in lane 7, Italy in lane 8, and Japan in lane 9. Italy pretty much got 2 athletes that are good, so I can't see them coming away with anything. It's just not going to happen. Japan, they always seem to skirt in the medal no matter what lane they are in. Like, so especially if the Team USA was there, because they'll get disqualified because Great Britain always challenges them when they're in the same final. With that being said, Japan tends to medal and China tends to medal. They did that at one of these relay events one time. So I would never want to count out either Japan or China medaling when it comes to this, especially it's in Tokyo. So hometown advantage, even without the crowd being there. Afro Buddy said, how does he sound white? LOL. He sounds pretty black to me. Only Justin said, I'm just mad I woke up for the 400 for the U.S. not to medal. I could have stayed asleep. I'm surprised you thought that wait. Okay. You said not to medal, not win. Okay, I was about to say, I'm surprised you thought they would win. I've been saying that for the longest. I couldn't see it. He does. Michael, I'll keep my comment for a second. So anyway, Ghana. Nothing's going to happen, but I'm actually pleased that they made the final. I want to see West African nations be able to compete. That's another thing for Nigeria. Germany, all right, they're going to do their thing. I don't think they're going to do much. They might surprise for a medal. Canada, I think they got the highest likelihood out of all of them to get a medal, if anything. We got Aaron Brown on here, which if the pressure is not on him singly, like him as an individual event, his head case stuff doesn't bother him. But Aaron Brown on the relay, I would trust him on there. So, let me see. Oh, they don't even show Aaron Brown on here. Wow, I am surprised that they didn't do that. They didn't bring him over. Something may be there, but they might surprise because they should have one more spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they got a spot for another one. So, I don't see him there. So, with that being said, okay, Aaron Brown's not there. Now, so Aaron Brown, okay, they got DeGrasse. So now maybe I'll lower the rating a little bit. Even though the other guys are good in their own right, I would say Aaron Brown is a better candidate for that relay. But if something's wrong with him or something like that, I can see. So Jamaica, I would say that they're in an ideal spot. They got Canada on the inside, but they also got Great Britain, which tends to do fairly well, especially with their exchanges. And they got to key off of China on the outside, which China comes through with fantastic exchanges most of the time. with the exception of the women at one time. And they're going to be efficient. China is efficient, if nothing else. So what they're going to do is they come with their exchanges. And I think Jamaica is going to need Britain to pull them through. And then once they pass Britain, which I think is the most likely case, they're going to need China to pull them through. Because China and Jamaica, they're right there neck and neck with their times. And I think that China could come away with the win. Even though DeGrasse is going to be in that final, and that's going to pull them through to be faster than where China was, I think China has a real shot at winning. So my take on this is China could potentially win, even though they don't really have anybody to key off of that's of note, except for on the first leg for Italy or the second leg. China and Canada are the two most likely nations to actually win. Jamaica has a chance to win, but I think they played the A card already. China played the A card, but they tend to do better in the finals than they do in the qualifying round. And then Canada hasn't played their A card. They got the reserves there, potentially putting Aaron Brown on there as well, and they definitely got DeGrasse. So I would put the favorite in Canada's hand, especially after seeing DeGrasse through the rounds of the 100 and 200, and then co-favorite, but slightly less, is China. So it's either going to go Canada, China, and I'm unsure of the order, but I'm going to lean toward Canada, and then Jamaica. That's the way I'm looking at it. And if Great Britain, they're going to protest whoever is in front of them. They don't care. They're going to protest every single one of these. They're going to try to get the other teams disqualified. That's just the way they do it. Just like they got disqualified the people with the andronism and whatnot, with the quote-unquote too much testosterone, and they got the XXY chromosome and everything. That was most likely Great Britain's doing because of Lauren Muir not meddling, and then other European nations not meddling. So, as we know, Lord Sebastian Coe, previous world record holder in the 800, is the IAAF, now World Athletics chair. Let me read the comment section now. David Anthony said, I just clicked the like button, and then you retracted your comment. I didn't even get to read it. Okay, let me read the other ones. Peyton Place said, oh yeah, thank you for the super chat yesterday, by the way. Thank you for pointing out Parchment, because that made me realize that he did have a chance to win, even though we were pegging him for second. Yeah, he actually came through and he did his thing. So Jamaica, China, Canada is what Peyton Place said. Kara said Jamaica must run the same team, same position. They said nowhere. Afro Buddy said nowhere Japan is not meddling in their own country. No way. All right. Don't let them surprise you. They be looking pretty bad, and sometimes they do that. But Mark Palmer said, who do you think will be Jamaica's first leg for women? Let me go back to the women here. Let me look at this. So I think Brianna Williams will be the first leg, in all honesty. That seems to be the most logical. They could come out and try to be in the lead, which might relieve some pressure. If they got Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce second, they need her not pressured. She does not do well under pressure. You saw it before. She got ate up on her second leg at one of the other championships too. If I'm not mistaken, that could have been 2012. Yeah, where she got ate up too. And obviously the USA had a world record there. But yeah, if she's under any type of pressure that's too much, she either does well and chases them down, or she just crumbles under the pressure. And I don't know which one we will get. David Anthony said, Islander said, China, really? Yeah. Man, look, y'all sleeping on China. Look back at the last championships. Even though USA had to get the cue for them to do that, or something like that, or other things that may have happened, China definitely does this. China does that stuff. So let me see. David Anthony, I always click the like button when I watch your channel because I appreciate your fair and unbiased analysis of the sport of track and field. Thank you. Thank you, David. Yeah, and it costs nothing to click the like button, guys. Definitely. Can we get this up to 50 likes? We got 130 viewers right now. So definitely come through and support the channel. Definitely, if you would like to support even more, join our Patreon, because we're going to have animated race videos. and I really want to focus on some of those coming through too. Like I can't wait till we can do that. But with that being said, let's get back to this. And when you come back in the chat, don't forget to change it from live chat to top chat to live chat under the selection, because they'll filter the messages, and turn on all notifications on that subscribe button. So let me see. Recand75 said Brianna, Shelly, Jaco, and Elaine. And Paper Play said Williams. Shelly needs to anchor. So it said Brianna, Jaco, Elaine, Shelly. This is a very interesting, because everybody's coming up with different orders of where they would see it. The way I see it, like I said in the last video, I think it would go Brianna Williams, and it's either Fraser-Pryce or Thompson Hira, because they want to take. I would say that they shouldn't even have an acceleration phase as much as that. As they get the baton early from Brianna Williams, take that away. She's the slowest one. So you want to get the baton from her early in the exchange zone. And since you're using one of your two fastest athletes, you want to get them to get it early, and then you want to exchange later in the exchange zone to the bend. So it's either Fraser-Pryce or Thompson Hira. And both of them, since Fraser-Pryce has improved speed endurance and she wouldn't be pressured with somebody right next to her, she can then take up more of that space in the exchange zone on the second exchange. Then going into the bend, you have Sharika Jackson, because she's also a 400 and good in the 200. Her bend might not be as good as Fraser-Pryce or Thompson Hira. We didn't even get to see it, matter of fact. But her bend being great is still there. She would know how to run a bend. Then you bring in Thompson Hira or Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce for the anchor. That's the thing. That's what I would say. So if Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce just focuses on herself, runs her own race, she should be able to come in there. Afro Buddy said he expects miller-uibo to choke. Afro Buddy said, can you do a poll on which athlete choked and underperformed the most? Wow. Yeah, you know what? I think I can do a poll on that. Yeah, for sure. So let me see. There we go. Let me get back to the men very quickly. And so, yeah, that's my take on it. I would say China, Jamaica, and Canada. They're the most likely three to be in that contention. Let's go back to these other events really quick. Oh, yeah, in the women's 400 final, we can look at the heats there and take a look at that. But first, let me get to the 110 hurdles. Matter of fact, let me just do the race walk. I don't know that many people at all, but just in case there's somebody that's interested here, I'm going to cover the race walk. I personally have to admit that this is probably one of the ones I don't watch. Well, that's the only event I think I don't watch that often. But I did come up to see part of the race walk. I'm going to hold my comment about whether I think this would be something. I would say that like this. I would cut the race walk out of track and field. Me personally, as if I made a track and field league. So we got Japan getting second and third. Congratulations to them with Yamanishi and Ikeda. And then we got Stano from Italy winning. So that's all I'll say on the race walk. I got to give everybody their respect for their events. I've been covering every single one, so I have to respect everybody's events like that. And then the men's 400 final, let me bring that up in the background here. Where is this? No, let me take this down for the 4x1. All right. Did I cover all the events? Hold on. No, I did not. I forgot. Let me cover the 110 hurdles before I get to that. So the 110 hurdles. All right. I'm going to come out with a video on this, so I'm going to keep this part a little bit shorter. Here. So Parchment, he did his thing. Grant Holloway, I thought he faded to third. And then Levi for Jamaica as well. So they got first and third. Devin Allen, he had a chance. He could have done something. He could have came up at that last second, but he just could not do it to get Levi. And a matter of fact, if he would have gotten Levi, he might have got Grant Holloway, and that could have been a whole different thing. But yeah, it's very, very interesting that that this is how that happened. So with that being said, here we go. That's all I'm going to cover on that one. Let me see. What about Trayvon Choke Mel, who didn't even reach the final, or Michael Norman that couldn't even medal? So I'm about to get into that right now. All right, here's the... Let me zoom in on this one. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. All right, here's the men's 400. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, how many of y'all gonna say that I'm right on this one? I remember a whole bunch of y'all were saying, nope. Americans were saying, nope, Michael Norman's gonna take it. And I'm like, third at best, if he even medals. I can't even see him. I said I couldn't even see him getting it. I was like, maybe second if there. I thought Michael Cherry would have beat him. And he did. Here it is. Again, he beat him. So I thought Michael Cherry, if anything, would have gotten second. I made this before any of the rounds, before I saw Karani James or anything. Then I think I made an updated one where I said Karani James was looking good and he might challenge. Zambrano, I told y'all not to count this man out. But the one that I called early on, y'all got to give me that one. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm going to pat myself. Didn't I tell y'all, this channel, us collectively, when we share our different ideas, we may not always be right, but we accurate. And in this case, we are both accurate and correct. Right here, Steven Gardner did his thing. I said, do not count out the world champion, the reigning world champion, or the previous Olympic champion if they don't show that they're not in fitness. And the previous Olympic champion was showing that they weren't in fitness. So therefore, we count on the world champion. This is the rule of every single event. Elaine Thompson-Herah, when she came with that European event right before the Olympics, that's when it showed the first crack in Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's armor, when she ran that 1071 on a quote-unquote slow track that people are now trying to reclaim as fast track. No. Fast tracks, just because people are peaking on a track, people call it a fast track. That other track, the times were so slow in some of those, they kept calling it a slow track, and then we started getting Sabine ran that quick time. Elaine Thompson-Herah. There were some in the Camacho Quinn ran a quick time. Almost all the events ran quick times except for, I think, the men's 110 hurdles, and then the 200. One of the 200s wasn't quick, but other than that, they were quick times all around. So then they tried to rename it as a quick track. That's how we got to be careful about that. That's why I say, are these tracks quick or are people peaking? So Steven Gardner, he got that. He came in. He kicked some tail. He bent them over and he said, gave them a spanking. He said, y'all got to take me seriously. And this is actually going to look pretty good for their 4x4, if anything. Keon Greaves, he deleted the comment. I can't see it. They said 400 meters. What a slow race. The 400 meter men ran that like a 5,000 meter. Where was the speed? Look, I got to say it like this. It's not always going to be fast. It's kind of like when 2017, when Usain Bolt lost and the time was a slow time relative to him and everybody else, including Justin Gatlin and everything. But I got to give it to him at the end of the day. So, okay, look, if it was a slow time, I'll put it this way. Even better. Is this a fast track? Because we get in some events where they running in the sprints, they ain't running that fast. See, this is the thing that's inconsistent. Or will you say, if this was another track, this would have been a 44-2 or something like that? That's the thing. So, are these tracks fast or slow, or are these Mondo and other companies able to market themselves like, yeah, we're giving them a boost because the people's performances are improving? We got to do that too. Or the shoes are improving. Other factors. So, all I got to say is, they said Warholm and Benjamin would have beaten this field. Yeah, I kind of think that too. I was thinking that if they went to the 400, the way some of them were looking, they might have been able to beat them. This winning time shows me that their speed endurance here for all of the athletes was probably a little bit lower than the 400 hurdle athletes, right? Because they didn't make it through the rounds. Karani James ran faster than semis, right? Actually, didn't all these athletes run faster than semis? Let me look at the times here. Can y'all tell me in the comment section, as I'm trying to look for that, didn't they all run faster in the semis? And that typically happens sometimes. Let me see start list. It should show the winning times here, does it? No, it doesn't. Darn it. But yeah, he definitely ran faster. Zambrano ran faster in their. So I think they all ran faster in their thing. They said Mark Palmer said stick change is important, but speed is the master. During the Bolt era, the stick changes weren't perfect, but Jamaica had the fastest runners. China will be third at best. I think you got to look at how China medaled, and they never were in the top 50, much less they had one athlete maybe in the top 50 in that 4x1. And then it was like a whole bunch of USA, Jamaica, all these other nations. And yet they got to stick around so perfectly that they kept medaling year after year. Same thing with Great Britain. They don't typically have spectacularly fast athletes, but their stick, especially on the women's side, going around like that, wow. That's what I got to say. Wow. So, with that, wait a minute. Y'all said something about Sharika? Sharika baton in the heats was bad. Watch it back. Man, they was running like amateurs. I don't know what was going on, because they had the first stick was bad and the second exchange was horrible. But that was just her running up on another athlete, and then Sharika Jackson getting hurt. All three of the exchanges were bad. I don't know what was going on. Sharika Jackson had to make up a lot of room. So with that being said, I think I just covered everything there. So we're going to cover the heats of the women's 400 right here one more time. So I'm going to call it right now. That because of this lane assignment, Paulino looks very, very good. She is undefeated so far this year. Remember, we may not always be right, but we accurate. I kept bringing up she's undefeated. She is undefeated from the Dominican Republic. She is now clearly running pretty fast. She ran on the mixed relay, so we know that she's fast from that. Her split was pretty good. I think that, and she held back getting her PR or whatever. Oh, wait a minute. No, she got much faster than the PR now. I think we in for something special here. Not necessarily a special fast time now. Now that I think that Shanae Miller-Uibo is very injured and she was crying after her section, I think that this 48.25 is not going to be touched. That's not even going to be needed for the winning time. But just in case somebody else ain't on their stuff, she's going to be able to actually drive off of McPherson. That's going to be on her outside. Miller-Uibo is in her preferred lane, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I think that this is the lane she wanted. And if anything, I would have rather her have been somewhere else. Felix is going to have a hard time with anything. She's going to be running blind the entire time. So she could still do something. Cara, she collected the baton like in the 4x4. Don't get me wrong. I love her. Rose Diamond said. Sometimes that's what's needed. I was actually coaching at a high school, and our head coach wanted to do batons in the 4x2 at least. Like, literally turn around like the 4x4 or something like that. And I was just like, what? I literally was criticizing to some of the athletes. I was like, look, where I come from, we do it blind exchange like this, and we are effective. So at high school, you can do a lot more baton exchange practices than at the pro level sometimes. So you can be efficient. But I mean, setting a school record, I guess, doing that style. I mean, she won out with what that was. I'm not gonna question her. I was doing pole vault, long jump, and triple jump. So I didn't need to really do anything but monitor them on there. So, but I've seen people, and I've been witness. I don't see it on the pro level too much, but yeah, some people do the weird 4x4 exchange, or a really bad one that looks like one. In the case of Sharika Jackson, in the 4x1. I mean, Allison Felix did that one time. Remember, she had to turn all the way around or something, and then she fell. She turned all the way around and fell, or whoever she passed it off to. But yeah, I think as long as Felix is not last, the media can find a way to spin it. If Felix comes in last, they're gonna spin it anyway. They're gonna say, well, she was a mother. This was her last year. It was great to be here, and all of those things will be true. I don't think being a mother should even come up in a conversation, but we know that's gonna happen. She's a mother and work hard and very strong. That's what they're gonna do and spin it like that. But I think if they do, it's just gonna be like, who makes 5 Olympic Games? I mean, I would spin it that way. I'm not gonna take away from that. Who makes 5 Olympic Games? Who makes 5 finals in an individual event at that? So I mean, why? So I wouldn't take away. I'm not a hater or anything on Allison Felix. I do appreciate what she's done. The Francois said, I could be off, but I reckon the winning time will be 49.1 and 2. Paulino looks good. Looks to be really holding back. Oh, yeah, she is. And Peyton Play said, keep up the good work. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. So, let me see it. So, my end of here is what I'm going to say. I still say Shanae Miller-Uibo is the overall favorite. And it ain't even close. Whatever she's dealing with, she's clearly able to get through it and cry. I mean, she's got to collapse. She's got to really crumble. And I don't think she's going to crumble. Now, if she does. Now, here's our 2 scenarios. Remember? We got to give the scenarios like I always do. If she can handle through that pain, which it looks like she can, and she really sent us off this year. She didn't want to be in the spotlight at all. She said, oh, I don't think I was going to do this. But then she must have looked at the field and said, I'm going to at least enter in both so I don't shaft myself. She ran that 200 final as she was prepping for the 400. Like I said, go back to the video, watch it. She takes out in that not even to win, but to run it to the 150, and then she jogs. She runs it all the way to the 150. So she was just prepping and trying to see what she can do in the outside lane, I guess, to see how she can handle herself. So, with that being said, Shanae Miller-Uibo is the favorite to me. Oh, let me zoom in on this screen, because I know we get people coming in here that say they can't see it. So, zoom in. So, Shanae Miller-Uibo, she's got time. She's only 27. So, she's got another Olympic Games, if not 2. Stephanie-Ann McPherson. All right, let's cover her. I think if she's going to do anything to win something, it's now or the World Championship. Those are the only 2 chances she got. At her age, she might have one more Olympics to do that. But I would prefer to see her now, because at that time, whatever time she's doing now, she's not going to keep peaking. I think peaking stops at, for some athletes, around 34, maybe 36. So she'll be under that. But Stephanie-Ann McPherson looks pretty good. She said she didn't even know she was running that fast. And if she had known, she would have ran all the way through. So, and she said, hopefully she can recover. So, we gonna see what happens. And then Marilady Paulino. She is a freaking danger. I'm telling y'all, she is a danger here. If Shanae Miller-Uibo even runs, she's not gonna be at her 100%. So her not being at 100% is like Usain Bolt not being at 100%, but he's so much faster than everybody. So she's so much faster than the rest of the field that unless Paulino has the ability to go sub 49 right now, I don't think she can catch Shanae Miller-Uibo. Like, she has to have the ability to run sub 49 because they're running rounds. Remember that? So Shanae Miller-Uibo in a one-off race would have been able to run. Just same thing with Nasser. Should have been able to run faster than they did. So she has to have sub 49 ability, and I mean sub like 49, 9, 1, 48, 9, 1, 48, 9, 5 at the slowest, to be able to beat Shanae Miller-Uibo, because I agree, it's going to be a 49 low. And so McLeod, she also looks good. And all of these athletes looking good is why I don't think Allison Felix could medal. I've said it before. I say I see her at bronze at best, if she even medals. And I think that let me go back here. Let me go over Allison Felix here. And I think that here's the reason. Allison Felix can do it. She can medal. But if she does anything over getting bronze medal, then that is a plus to me. Statistically speaking, I go all by numbers and stats here. Statistically speaking, if she is able to, statistically speaking, she doesn't do well at the Olympics. I'll put it that way. In an individual event, she doesn't do well, as in she gets silvers. At the World Championships, if this was that, I would say I'm favoring her, because for some reason during the World Championship year, she's able to pull through individual goals. Looking back at her 200s, even though it's been a while since she's gotten stuff. So that's what I got to say with that. So at the overall, Hayes, I don't see her doing anything. She's kind of there as the background person. Gomez, same thing. I'll be surprised if they do. And Jody Williams, same thing. So I would say favorite, Shanae Miller-Uibo. Backup squad is going to be Paulino and McPherson. Those are the two that I would say. And I'm going to lean toward Paulino. And I'm matter of fact, I'm going to call her a co-favorite at this point because she's got the ideal lane. Miller-Uibo picked the ideal lane for herself. So that's what she wanted. With that, let me read some of the comments. It said last in the 200 to first in the 400 is not going to happen. Mark Palmer, she didn't even try in the 200. She didn't even try in the 200. That's the thing. She went through the rounds of the 200 for some other reason than what we know on the outside. It looked like she was just doing practice for herself. She didn't even run it seriously. Look back at that. She did not run that 200 seriously because if she did, she would have taken out harder. She knew that she was in the outside lane. Usually when you see people in the outside lane, they're running blind and they try to go out as fast as possible. Miller-Uibo's got the speed to do that, and we all know that. She went up to 150. She was already past by the time they got to 105 to 108 meters. She wasn't even in contention of the race. So even if she tried to do a kick or something, and she kept with her strong arm action, she didn't even change her pace. She just went all the way up to the 150, and then she jogged. Watch that race back again. I mean, I watched that thing now probably 100 times because I did an analysis video on it. But then I was like, they're probably going to copyright strike my channel down. So I didn't upload it. So I'm probably going to do still images like I did with the men's 200. And I'm telling you, she runs up to that, and then she jogs it in. Okay, Peyton Place. She is my favorite. Afro Buddy said Miller-Uibo will be punished for her actions at Rio, but the track and field guys. Man, look, diving is not against the rules, and that's if she did. She said she tripped. It looked like she tripped. She tripped before, as in after that. She tripped the year after. Remember? She literally tripped against Allison Felix. Where's my picture here? Let me see if I can bring that on the screen. But yeah, I don't know. But here's Gardner winning Michael Norman. The face of Michael Norman is probably how the USA is feeling right now. I'm going to do a whole video. I want y'all to have that video, like and share it with people. Because it's going to be a video about USA and, I don't know, just really underperforming and everything. And I called this for Gardner. Y'all got to give me that at least. Rod Benjamin. I'm going to go through a lightning round here. Rod Benjamin, how he's looking, how he cried and everything. I appreciate the energy that he put in here because that's a mark of a champion, that he was that disappointed in himself that he was like, I got second. I broke the world record by this much and I got second. Like, and he's apologizing to his family, his mom and stuff. And I'm like, what? Like, you don't see that often. I imagine that Michael Norman will come by the way he talks. He was like, yeah, I know my coach is going to be mad at me. Like, what? Like, even Holloway. Yes, I understand that Holloway, some people were mad at him. And when I talk in this context, Holloway coming over here, he over here smiling and cheesing after he got second. And this dude was the overwhelming favorite. And I would be looking like Shelly-Ann fraser-pryce. So that's why I'm like, okay, this is what I would be doing. Kareen, aka Taurus. Oh my goodness, I can't read your name. Carl Lewis was pissed. Yeah, and then Kara said Rose Diamond, Sharika does best in the final leg because they trust her on any other leg. Don't trust her on any other leg, and I think she changes the baton because she runs comfortable that way. Man, Jackson needed to take off her wig. I don't know, that thing messed her up. Her hair was all over the place like she was blind or something. She needs to wear her natural hair in this final, and then she will be able to see. Because whatever, that was blinding her or something. I don't know. Kiki Brown, will they put Raya on the anchor for the 4x4? That's a good question. That is a good question. I think that they need to put him on that 4x4. Here go Parchman showing his dominance. Let me go and through this, and I'm going to answer that question in a second. Parchman doing his dominance. He's flexing over here. Flex. Team Jamaica over USA. I still can't get over Holloway or whatever cheesing and smiling. Now, I'm pretty sure he was disappointed, but he's just putting on the show. He's like, look, at least I got a medal. No, I want to see this. I want to see somebody visibly angry. They're over there crying or something like that. Just like that much, like, gosh dang it. I want to see them like right there if they didn't get it, because they see themselves at that top level. Michael Norman looks slightly disappointed. Like, I understand. He thinks that he could win. But matter of fact, in an interview, and then I'm going to answer that, I'm like, look, he was in an interview, and then I think Lewis asked him, and then his response was like, well, he said, do you feel the pressure to be the greats or something like that? And then his summary of that was, no, I'm going to try to be great or something. And I'm just like, do you think that sounds like a cool quote, man? Now, no offense, Norman, right? No offense, Norman, because I want to get you on here, but we got to talk some real talk right now, because a lot of people keep making excuses. I didn't see some other YouTube videos now that some people sent me, right? And then they were like, yeah, you did a good job for failing. You did a good job for failing. You did a good job for failing. Overall, Team USA taking an L. We got an F on the report card. At best, we get a D, because the field events are holding us up. Like, here it is, me now talking about America as an American. The USA squad is getting a fail right now. Even from some of the distance runners. Fail. Like, that is, it is clear that the USA is failing. We got to come back up, and we got to do this really quickly. Because you know what DeGrasse is doing? He's over there like, y'all go over there. That's where y'all belong. Right there. To the left. There you go. He said, I'm going to take all my bags, and you can go to the left. I'm going right here, and I'm taking this gold. Finally, I got the gold. Laos, he's trying to do what he can do. Like I said, I'm looking at Team USA like this. Let me get on the relay squad now. Because that... And then Kiki Brown said, I always thought the wigs and weaves, lashes, and nails are a hindrance. Yeah, the same thing. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. That's what people do it for, self-expression. But Blessing Okabare's wig fell off one time, and we knew that held her back, because they measured it where the wig fell. They measured it where the wig fell in the sand when she did her long jump. They didn't measure it where her body landed. And I'm just like, man. Islander said, I would give USA a B. Wait a minute. You said you would give Team USA a B? On what planet? Why would you give Team... Okay, let me go down the list. Ross didn't take his opponent seriously, so he didn't even make it through the first round in the 400. There was no medal in the 400 for a supposed dominant nation in the 400. Not at all. No medal at all. Michael Cherry, he tried to come through. I thought at the very least he could have done something. Norman completely collapsed and flubbed. I think, I mean, even still, he should have at least been able to get a medal. Grant Holloway he was an overwhelming favorite for gold. Our two best hammer throwers, which were the best in the world, they didn't even medal. One, Gwen Berry, former teammate, shout out to Gwen Berry, sorry about this, but hey, look, I gotta be honest. Gwen Berry didn't even make the final, and then the other one, she got 8th place. Like, you give them a B? Where? And then Lena Irby, even if they, here's Lena Irby. Shout out to Lena Irby. I hope to get you on an interview, but I'm going to have to hold you to account here. Look, Lena Irby did not even know where to start, even though the officials told her there. Look at everybody else, and you've done so many 4x4s. Look, the USA and Jamaica are relay nations. Beyond other nations, we are relay nations, and Japan are relay nations. And so they should know where to put this. The pride of the USA is in 4x4s. Like, if in nothing else, they're like, well, we failed, but look at the 4x4. We could end the track meet real good. That's how USA is. So where you getting this B at? They had to really negotiate some stuff in the background. Okay? They had to negotiate some stuff in the background. Let's not even get on Sharika Jackson here. She may as well have been part of Team USA for a quick second. Was she hanging out with the USA squad right there? Because that's what she looked like. She looked like she was part of USA. Like Michael Johnson said in a previous comment, Norman isn't the heir apparent to Van Niekerk, XII. So 1313ification said Norman isn't the heir apparent to Van Niekerk. He has confidence issues like Michael Johnson. Like Michael Johnson said, isn't as good as he was in 2019 and prior. Yeah, so with that being said, look, Sharika Jackson, for that one moment in the 200, she may as well put on a USA vest and was like, Yo, shout out to USA, and then got herself there. Like, that's how bad the USA is looking. Man, come on now. USA getting a B? A B? Oh no, no. I look. I'm gonna just tell you straight up like this, as somebody that's an American myself, or somebody that's looking at a neutral party. If I saw the USA doing that, or another nation, let's say Jamaica's on top, and Jamaica underperformed, and they just all over the place, taking L after L after L after L. Where's Will Clay didn't get a medal, even though I gotta respect, like I said, I'm honoring all these people that's showing up year after year. Clay is getting old and everything, but look, Clay didn't get a medal we expected there. Tara Davis didn't get a medal, and that could have been an expected medal. That was a closer one, but still, she was a number 2 in the world, and then she came and crumbled after the college season. So, I mean, man, where else? All these events. Ryan Krauser and Kovacs, they over here holding them on the back, and then what's her name? She got the first gold medal for the USA, but let's be honest here. It started raining right after it got to like the third people throwing. So, I mean, that could have been something that helped her out. And then at that point in the hammer throw, the women's hammer, no, not the women's hammer, the discus, it started raining. People, they had them out there freaking throwing stuff. So I can't give it to us. That one was almost a lucky one. But hey, luck favors the people that are prepared. So she prepared herself. So I'm going to give her that. But we got to be honest there. Now, let me see. Kiki Brown said, "Do I see the U.S. women 4x1 medaling? I didn't watch the heat, so to see who looked good. Yeah, I see the women's 4x1 medaling, especially statistically. They don't mess up as much as the men. If they mess up the the baton exchange, I would not be surprised. Let me go back here just to go over it very quickly. Here's their lane assignments right here. They're in lane 6. They're in a pretty good lane. Great Britain is in a better lane. But they got Switzerland on the outside, which has Kambunji and everything, which made it through to the finals, unlike most of the American team. So we got to give them that. So Kambunji is going to be a danger for the USA with that. And Switzerland has some decent exchanges from looking at the round. So, yeah, the USA, I can see them medaling. So, let me see. Holloway could have helped the U.S. pride. Yeah, exactly. So, the Francois said, Flow Track must feel so stupid. They completely underestimated the competition. Look, I told y'all Flow Track before. Come on now. They went in copyright struck me. But remember, they had a poll. I don't want to put it up there because I don't know what the legal thing is. They might be petty enough and try to sue or something like that. So, I'm not even going to put their poll. But go back, I think the week leading up to, in their community tab, the week leading up to the Olympics. You know they left out the defending champion, Elaine Thompson-Herah. As much as I said that she might be a head case, as much as I said that she might not do that, I would have never left a defending champion. I told y'all, never count out world champion, which was Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and never count out the defending champion unless they show signs of weakness. And Elaine Thompson-Herah, a week or two before, she started to show signs of strength. So I started changing my narrative. I said Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is 100% going to take it. Then I started to change that because I saw the writing on the wall. I said, okay. And then that's when I did that little prayer on screen. That was me saying in a joking manner that Elaine Thompson-Herah probably about to bring the heat. We just didn't know how much heat she was going to bring. So FlowTac left out of the poll. Who do y'all think could win the women's 200? Like, what kind of L is that? Were they doing research? They do this a lot too. They think that they thought the team 4x1 USA could potentially take this. Now, they might be right on this one thing. If Jamaica messes this up in something, I think the USA and Great Britain, the way that Dina Asher-Smith was moving or whatever, they probably got the highest chances of getting this, right? Switzerland could be in there in the mix too. If Jamaica messes that up, you basically open the door for FlowTac to be correct. So, let me see. Islander said FlowTac always spreading false narratives. Well, yeah, they got some narrative. I mean, it's a lot of money to be made. After I seen the numbers here, I was like, wow, I could just come out here and just start doing. If I just really was on that stuff like that, because I post up shot put videos. None of y'all watch it. Can y'all watch these other videos? Come on, help the channel grow. But with that being said, aside from that, look, if I wanted to, I could have easily just kept pumping up Team USA and stuff. It's a lot of money to be made. from Team USA, right? Because everybody's pushing the hope. USA is a larger nation than Jamaica is. Much smaller nation, much smaller amount of viewers and everything like that. You think me getting all these views on Shelly-Ann, Fraser-Pryce, Elaine Thompson, Hera are large? Well, if I made something about USA, maybe Sydney McLaughlin, and I built my channel around her and other people that were hyped up, and rightly so, because she delivered. I don't mean hyped up in a bad way. Then I could be just raking in money. So my channel wasn't about money. My channel isn't about money. I do want to get paid while doing this, yes, because I that's what I would be doing, right? But I don't want to just do it to sacrifice my integrity. That's why I try to cover what is accurate instead of what I'm going to push, because that's them. So that's what I want to say. They said, let me see. Kareen said Ry Benjamin was running against world champion, so that race was understandable. Well, yeah, Warholm. Man, I don't know how people thought that Ry Benjamin was gonna win. I didn't see it. Warholm takes out too fast. Ry Benjamin lets him get too many meters on him. He had to have come out a little bit faster, but that's part of your training. It's not like something you could change at the last minute. You know, it's not something that you can come through and maybe so change. Let me see. Are there any other relays that are put together? Let me check the 4x4. I think the 4x4 is on the 7th, and see if they got the lane assignments for that. I don't think so. Oh, they do. Oh, wow, I forgot. Okay, we can get into the 4x4 here. I forgot all about that. So let's get into the 4x4. That'll be the last thing we cover. We're in slight overtime. I wanted to have it shorter. And I do appreciate everybody that has super chatted, going through PayPal and everything. So I appreciate all of you here. Don't forget to change everything to the live chat instead of the top chat. And don't forget to smash the like button. It costs you nothing here and everything. So let me see something. Because I don't know how to... Oh, that's how I can see it. Wow, I'm starting to learn everything. Like I said, I'm a little bit newer to this. But definitely, let's cover the 4x4s right here. And definitely, don't forget to smash that like button. If you would like to support the channel, we're going to be doing animated videos. We got 121 people. I think we just lost about 20 of them. Once I said I'm covering the 4x4. That's kind of weird. Oh, they're coming back. But with that being said, we got animated videos coming out. If you want to support the animated videos that are coming out, where we have some of your favorites, you might even have a chance to vote on them. Definitely join the Patreon, the second tier. The first tier is just the general support of the channel, which goes toward that as well. Yeah, the first one goes toward it. The second one gets there faster because we're hiring an animated team. We're going to use a similar analysis that I use on this, and you guys can see that I may not always be right, but I'm accurate. So with that being said, I think if I analyze them for... What is this? No, that's not what I want to bring up. If we analyze them for... Not that one either. Men's 4x4 relay hasn't been set, but the 4x4 for the women has. So if we analyze them for their statistics, we can equalize them for times, like modern times, spikes, tracks, and everything, right? So I'm going to take an Odie. I'm going to take a Carl Lewis. I'm going to take a Michael Johnson. I might even take some of the other greats. Put them in with Usain Bolt and stuff and have them do race-offs. Like, how exciting is that, right? So how exciting is that? So that's what I would like to do. So here is the 4x4 for the women. This is going to happen on the second to last day. Wow. So Netherlands in lane 2. I don't know if this lane assignment is going to do too much except for they have that. They got Femke Bol on there. I think the Netherlands with... Oh, let me zoom in. Let me not forget this. And when you come back in the chat after you've liked the video, turn it to live chat. Turn on all notifications for that. Some of you guys have not been getting notified. With that being said, look, Netherlands in lane 2, Canada in lane 3, Poland in 4, Jamaica in 5, Cuba in 6, United States of America in 7, Belgium in 8, Great Britain in lane 9. So here is how I think it's going to go down. Actually, before I get into that, let me read your comments. They said, Kiki Brown, she's not injured. She's got ailments from a hamstring injury, which is why she's running slower. When she should be running 11 flat instead of running 10-8. Yes, The USA is in good stead to an extent in sprinting. The 17-year-old that made the final in the 200, I think. Well, yeah, as a team, but yeah, as a darn it, why am I forget? Arian Knighton, yeah. The track highlights said Blessing Okabare is not banned, just told to leave the Olympics. Yeah, she's not banned. She has a provisional ban. That's what they have to do. That's why I said it might have been a hit job, but that's just speculation now. They have to do the B sample as well. If it turns out that she's not banned, that is going to be the biggest slap in the face, and nobody should just think of track and field as non-politics. So if I'm presenting some, if she turns out that she's not banned and she's actually innocent in everything, please, I'm gonna need everybody that says, "Oh, they're banning these athletes to help somebody else get a thing," and that's not true. It's not true that they're doing it. If she comes out and she's clean, I'm gonna need all of y'all that said that. This will be the third time y'all gonna have to admit defeat. The third time y'all gonna have to admit defeat. If that happens to be true, I'm gonna need y'all to step back. So, with that being said, this is where I am seeing this breakdown. The Netherlands got Femke Bol there. She did one heck of a leg. I want to see what her split was, to be honest. I want to see what Femke Bol's split, and they really needed to do that. They don't have her name here, but they had her on there. So this is confirmed that they're using different athletes. Now, she brought them into the final. Maybe she doesn't run anymore. Maybe she's tired. Maybe that's why her name's not there. Canada and Poland, they're going to be a danger. They're always there. They got silver, I think, in the World Championships, or was it the last Olympics? So, Jamaica, I'm going to go over there in a second. Cuba, they're looking good. And if they put Marilady on there, woo, they're going to be okay. United States, going to depend on who they put on. Belgium, Great Britain. Great Britain is kind of just there. I don't expect them to do a whole bunch. They measured Blessing Okabare jump for where her wig fell off. LOL. Oh yeah, Anthony Henry, you must just be getting to that part. Yeah, you're a little bit earlier in the stream, but yeah, they measured that there. Let me see. Let me read some of these comments. Men's 4x Kiki Brown said men's 4x100 may have made the final if they had Fred, Noah, Kenny, or even Arian on the anchor. Cravon simply got smoked. But he's a 9-9 athlete compared to some of the other guys that are on the final for the other nations. If you look at the list of the rankings for let me bring this up for a second. If you look at the list for team for the rankings overall in the 100, USA got virtually the entire top list dominated, right? They got virtually the entire top list dominated. And then I'm going to get back to the 4x4 in a second. But they got virtually the entire thing dominated to the point where it's just like, okay, nobody can touch us. So let me go to Stat Zone. Camacho Quinn, congratulations on that win. That was pretty good. Top list. And look at this, the men's 100. So, male 100. Now look at this. Okay. Now look at how many U.S. athletes are in this top 10. More USA, more USA, more USA. Okay. Now look at him. 9-9 something. Compared to who else was there? South Africa was out. Jamaica wasn't even in the same heat. So this other South African was out. China was there? I mean, okay, cool. Italy, maybe. He just simply choked. He was rested. He didn't have to worry about anything. They also said that they didn't do any baton exchanges. So that baton exchange between Curly and Baker. I know. Yeah. The baton exchanges were horrible. So if they put him on the end and thought he was going to be 8 up, they must have thought that their earlier baton exchanges, like the coach would have already known that Gillespie was going to do what Gillespie did. So that means they banked on the other athletes beforehand doing well, you know? So I think that was an L on behalf of just the overall team, the coaching not getting them together and everything. So, man. So, with that being said, let me see this. Let me go back here. Is this the 4x4? Let me see the comments here. USA not making the 4x1 final is in contention for the biggest disappointment. Carl Lewis was pissed. Man, this not the first time they didn't make the finals though. They've done this before. Remember with was it Tyson Gay? Yeah, I think Tyson Gay passing off to, shoot, what is his name? Let me look back on the list. Why did I forget his name? Because he was just but it was almost always the same person that was doing that. Darn it, I forget his name right now. But yeah, it was with Tyson Gay passing off to somebody, and the USA didn't make the finals before. Carl Lewis is always gonna be pissed. Carl Lewis is gonna be pissed with that. Camacho looks too thick for hurdles, but she moves. Yeah. Man, Camacho Quinn is kind of a giant when compared to the other hurdle athletes, actually. So, but yeah. Anyway, let's go back to this. Let me try to round this out now, because it's getting kind of long, and I'm using this one data package there, and I don't want to use that up at this hotel. We got a couple more days. Let me get back to this. Netherlands, Canada, Poland, and here's Jamaica. What the heck? Come on, stay still. So, all right. Okay. McLeod, Jenkins, McGregor, McPherson, Williams. Okay, I think, where are we having it? Where you guys think is the actual lineup here? Of course, McLeod, McPherson. Williams is most likely there. Shelly-ann and Williams. And then I think McGregor. I don't think Jenkins is there, because I think Jenkins is a lot slower on that list. So I think that's going to be there, and they might have one other athlete that they can pull out of there behind. But all the athletes that's on that list are all sub 50 athletes. So this is actually looking good for Jamaica. Cuba, looking at Cuba's squad, right? They don't have Marilady on here, and then Rosemary is an 800 athlete that they can put on. But I don't know if necessarily she's going to really do that. Gomez is in the final, so that would be smart for them to have her on there, just like Marilady. So Marilady comes back on, take off Almanza. Diago could potentially come off, but then they have a dangerous squad because they're going to be made up for whatever Marilady does. She knows how to catch people. That's the one thing. She's kind of like how Allison Felix was, where if Allison Felix has somebody in front of her, she's going to be able to snatch up some people. So let's see. With that, if Corn Pop says, keep it up, man. Thank you for the super chat. K Griff says, go Jamaica. Well, yeah, definitely. I think Jamaica has a real chance of taking on the USA. Now, here's the biggest question. I think the world record can actually go down. If I gotta be honest, I mean, well, they can't take off too many people here. They already made their list. I don't know if I want to see Allison Felix on there. If she can't run 49 low or 48 high, I think that's like shafting them in the rear with the world record. Because if she runs something and she explodes in the 400 final, explodes, they should take her off. I don't care that they said, well, she can get a medal, she can do all of this and medal her up. If I'm a coach and she does it, I'm trying to see the world record. And I think the USA has a very good chance of breaking the world record. If they take off, if they leave Hayes on there, and if Allison Felix does well, and then they put on Muhammad and Sydney McLaughlin, I think they got a real chance of taking this world record down. And that's where it is. Jamaica has a good chance, but if they put Muhammad and Sydney McLaughlin, Dalilah Muhammad, putting even Muhammad there will be enough to just hold them off. Unless all the Jamaicans are really in much better shape, and then of course the 400 hurdlers are a little bit more fatigued than we thought. But with their conditioning with the 400 hurdles and how they coming off, nah, I don't even think. I think they're gonna have two of the fastest splits, just like they did the last time in Doha. They had the two fastest splits, and people were saying, "Oh no, Muhammad ran a 50 point." I'm like, no, she ran a 49 something, and then McLaughlin ran a 48 high. So if they do this, I think the world record might come down. What do you guys think about that? And they said, but Paulino is from Dominican Republic, isn't she? Not Cuba. Oh yeah, wait a minute, hold on. Did I just say something wrong? Did I say something wrong here? Yeah. Oh my goodness. What am I? Wait, wait, wait. Let me look. Let me look here. I thought that she was from. She might be Dominican Republican. Yeah, Dominican Republic. What am I talking about? Oh, this is the men's. Hold on. That's a good catch right there. Because that changes my analysis a little bit. Yeah, what am I talking about? I think. Yeah, well, okay. So that's going to change what I'm saying here then. So that would explain why I do not see her on here. Thank you for that good catch. Yeah, that's a sign that this stream is going on too long. Okay, Cuba overall has a good team. I'll put it the other way. Cuba overall has a good team, and if they can bring their A game in the finals, they'll be in for a medal. They'll be challenging. Poland is going to challenge Cuba and Jamaica for that medal. If United States has a flop, or because that's the only way I can describe it. If they have a flop, then they're really opening it up to everybody else. If depending on how this 400 goes, I'm gonna do one more analysis on it after that 400 open. After the 400 open, where is that up on the list? Oh, I don't have the women up there anymore. But after that 400 open, I'm going to reanalyze this. As it stands right now, if the Jamaican athletes, if they get two of those athletes, McLeod and McPherson, if they run 48 high or something like that, or 49 low, at that point, I'm going to put them right in contention with the United States. And both of those nations might push themselves through to get the world record, which, what is it, 3:15:17, which is also the Olympic record. I mean, USA has that PR near it. Jamaica's right there too. I think they could do it. I think they could do it. If Jamaica was able to do this back before all of these PRs, then they have McPherson before she's broke 50 seconds. So with McPherson running so much faster and McLeod running 3 or 4 seconds, well, 2 seconds faster than she's ever run in her life, well, this could come down and get knocked off. Wow. They are right in contention with the U.S. But with Muhammad and McLaughlin, that's going to be a hard duo to beat. They're going to have one of the hurdlers on the anchor, if I'm not mistaken. I would put one of the hurdlers on the anchor. That I would trust that more than putting them in the middle. Yeah, you could get a lead on the middle, and then you get McPherson, which knows how to claw the Americans down. She did it in Beijing, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being said, I think that's all I'm going to say here. It said Poland might win 13-13ification. Said Poland might win women's 4x4. I could see that happening too, but it's got to be the USA falling off. I don't see their ability to jump that much. I see Jamaica being able to jump that much because of so many PRs. Looking at their times, putting them together, and trying to calculate a number crunch. Both of these nations could challenge at the world record, which would be great. I would love to see someone able to break old Russia's, aka Soviet Union's, grasp on the world record. Like, these old world records go down. We need to see some new ones. Sharika may join the Jamaican team for the 4x4. Man, I don't know if I trust her for the 4x4 right now. She might be so conditioned in the 100 that she might not be of use in the 400. Because, yeah, maybe Allison Felix was able to do that, right? But does that mean that she's going to, do anything huge? I don't know. Panache said, has anyone noticed how fast the Polish women's relay 400 is? Justina Sueti, she moves. But when it comes to the individual race, it's a different story. Well, yeah, remember Allison Felix had one of the fastest splits ever? Then she split like a 47 something. But she was chasing down the other teams. But then in the open, she ain't never got close to that. So it just depends. Some people can chase down others, and that's the motivation. Or they can be motivated by the team aspect. Or just that running start can get them the gear that they needed, or whatever it is. I think that's what it more or less is. And it says Jamaica is going to improve their... Panache said Jamaica is going to improve their personal best. Definitely. I just think they need Sharika Jackson. Yeah, I think I think that's true. And then Mark Palmer said Polino is the athlete to beat. Felix will not medal. Jamaica women 4x4 team is strong. Prospect for silver. Jackson, McPherson, McLeod, and the hurdler finalist. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Oh yeah, I forgot about her. Oh, she got a new PR in in the hurdles. I got a video coming out on her too, very shortly. So I'm gonna do individual shout outs to athletes too. So guys, if you're here, definitely smash that like button if you haven't already, because I'm about to end it right now. But with some final announcements. So I got that giveaway, that money giveaway that we're gonna do with that raffle. Like I said, I'm gonna do that after I cover the marathon coverage on the weekend. Marathon is also one of my favorite events too, so I'll definitely be capturing that on Sunday. And then after that, I'm going to do a live stream, and then we're going to do a live on-stream raffle. I'm going to put your screen names in there for everybody that was the winners of that raffle. And then we have another raffle that we're going to do. I'm also going to cover the World Youth Championships, which is the U20 that's held in Nairobi. I believe, if I am not mistaken, let me go to the front page of World Athletics. It says competitions, actually. Let me go here, because I believe that it's 1 week off and then it starts. Or it starts on I think it starts on the 16th. Competitions. So where are we at on this one? World Athletics label. U20 Championship. So August 17th through the 22nd. That's where it is. All right. So that's what we're looking at. August in Nairobi. August 17th. And it's going to show us the days right here. So it's the 17th through the 22nd. Here it is. I'm going to be covering that coverage. Although it's the decathlon, I understand a lot of people don't really care for the decathlon as much in that early round. But definitely we're going to see our future athletes for the 1500, the 800, the 100, the javelin, the long jump, and everything. So decathlon is mixed in with some of those other ones. But the qualifying rounds here for the men's 100 and the U20, that's something I'm definitely going to capture. So hopefully you guys are excited for the U20, because that's going to be Jamaica's next people coming up, especially on the men's side. That's going to be the next women coming up that didn't run that. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to have the American men and women that are coming up. So I saw a lot of the stars, which unfortunately some of them are flopping now. But a lot of them are doing well. Herbie, other than her flop and not knowing where to go, she can run fast. McLaughlin, she's running fast. Lyles, he still was able to get a medal. All those people I saw at these U20, the World Youth Championships, before they became the biggest names that they are. We saw them at Cali, Colombia back in 2015. So definitely check out this and check out the coverage that I got here. Another thing I want to say is that definitely subscribe. We're going to be covering things. I know a lot of you all aren't distance athletes, but if you do got somebody that you think is a distance athlete, I'm going to be covering cross country and some other things. I'm going to be doing the history of Jamaica versus the USA. So definitely cover that, because one thing, I don't want the channel to die, because if the channel dies, then it's really just going to be hard for me to keep expanding. And I know that the views that I'm getting now is because of the championships. The views that I'm going to get are going to be much lower. I don't even know if they're going to be 10%, maybe, right? What's it says? Anthony Henry said, "Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Really enjoy your commentary. Thank you, thank you." And yeah, what is the last thing? There was one other thing on this thing here. Maybe that could be it. Maybe that could be it. But definitely stay tuned. We got about, what, 2 more days? We got the 6th, the 7th, and I think the 7th is the end. Let me see. No, the 8th. The 8th is the last day, but that has the marathon. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all won't be showing up for that. So the people that are interested in that raffle and want to get that giveaway, definitely come out. But hey, look, I kind of support track and field in general. The only thing I can't get down with is, me personally, the race walk. That's just, I've seen people that have walked faster than a lot of people run the mile. I mean, you see some people going into 6 minutes for walking, and they doing multiple miles. Man, that is very interesting, like, to know that. And they say, is Kimba Nelson competing at the youth championship? No, she won't be competing at the youth championship. I'm almost certain. Let me click this, actually. Let me see. because she didn't qualify. She went for the Oh, wait a minute. She has the ability to do that, I think. Because didn't Brianna Williams do the youth championship after she tried the proper Jamaican trials? I know that they had a separate separate category for that. Can I click these at all? They had a separate category for them because if you notice at the Jamaican championships, they had the youth, which I forget the. See, that's the thing with me not being down in Jamaica. That's one place I've never visited. I do plan on visiting there, but what the high school? It's the one. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know the one girl that has the two ponytails always behind her head, and she will be in a blue over yellow. What is that athlete's name? She winded up getting second, I think, in the youth, or maybe she won there. And I think she's 18 or 19 now, so she still qualifies for this. But I don't think they have the start list yet. Entries. Let me see. No, it just says the qualifying standards for it, so they don't have the entry list here yet. So with that being said, I guess we won't see it until a couple of days before. So I wish we could see that timetable, team manual, and everything. Useful documents. Yeah, we don't see it at all. So, oh wow, what's her name? Was that the World Youth? Nah, this got to be when she was older and stuff. This can't be a youth picture. They're probably using older athletes. But if that was her at the youth, wow. They got a good one. With that being said, TT Terry. No, not TT Terry. I'm talking about the Jamaican, and she has She has a big poof, like the Mickey Mouse poofs on her head. That's the athlete I'm talking about. Gosh dang it. And she usually anchors on a 4x4 if I'm not mistaken. Flowtac has a good video on them with them doing that, and I think they posted it because Team USA beat Jamaica, because that's what they try to roll with that narrative. I mean, I don't blame them. Everybody has their biases and stuff. I try to be as neutral as possible, as humanly possible. I can't be neutral because I don't think there's a such thing as that all the way, and I think sometimes it's bad to be neutral. You try to pretend. That's like that colorblind stuff that the people claim that doesn't exist. So I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know who that is. But with that being said, definitely support the channel if you would like to see more. And I thank you everybody that has contributed to the super chat. Let me go here, and the Cash App and PayPal and everything. I can't see the name right here. Why is it not letting me see the name? But thank you, Corn Pop, K Griff, for the super chats. The other person's name, I can't see your name. It's not letting me see it, unfortunately. So thank you. You contributed yesterday and you're contributing today. This allows me to keep expanding on this. And this money that I'm taking here, I'm going to use that toward hiring that animation team. So definitely come out and support us on that animation, because we're going to have animated races. And I know I'm a broken record on it, but thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I did not think we would have 2,000 subscribers like this. I did not think that we were going to do that. I literally thought that when I started this, it would just be me talking into hot air and that we might get 100 people. That's all. I literally thought that. I tried to get my friend to come on and do like a podcast type of thing, but he didn't. He said he would. He delayed a month, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. And so now that I'm glad I did it myself, I like to have people on here. If you guys are interested in doing that, whether you want to mod, whether you want to get on this as well, and you want to have the conversation like a podcast, definitely let me know, because we can get people here. And SCSL South Croy, definitely, if you want to be like a paid mod and stuff, because I do intend to start paying mods and everything, because I just kind of put you there because like I needed mods at the time. But if you want to be a paid mod, it's a certain thing that's there that you kind of, you know, telling people to like the stream and everything and other stuff. But we can talk about that. If you would like to be a paid mod, definitely just send an email, which is literally the same thing as the PayPal. So if you see the PayPal pinned message or the donate thing, or in the description, that Yahoo address that you see, HeadAndShouldersATR at yahoo.com, message me your screen name, or if your if you would like to be a moderator, we got to put you through a trial to see if that works. Obviously, I think the views are going to go down after these championships. But definitely, if you want to join that, email me and what you would like to do, and we can get you on there and walk you through the steps of being a mod. But with that being said, thank you all for supporting this channel. I really do appreciate it. Out of all the stuff that I be saying, people smoking crack pipes and everything, look, this partially entertainment. Some people do. Some people do be smoking crack pipes. Some of them over there with that good ganja with Sha'Carri Richardson. We already know that. All right, we know that one. So we know they be over there. They be partying up like Davis. She be looking over there having fun and everything. But no, let me not use her as a in that one, because it might be a misinterpreted joke here. But yeah, they be over here looking like Taylor on the outside, tired, and they be just coming up with random ideas that come out of their mouth. Random ideas. But thank you all. It's been 2 hours. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting this. We still got 98 people here. Man, I appreciate it. Like I said, I did not know that we were going to do that. So stay tuned later. I'm going to have 2 or 3 videos coming out. I'm going to do one covering parchment. It's probably like a 10-minute video if I didn't already release it. I think I did, but I might not have released it or recorded it, and I just thought I did. And we got some other stuff. We're going to cover individual athletes. We're going to highlight both Team Jamaica, and we're going to highlight Team USA. So when I release the one on parchment, I already know people are going to say, and then probably another one on another Jamaican doing well, they're going to say, oh my goodness, he loves Jamaica. No, I'm going to highlight the people that are my viewers, right? I'm going to highlight things of the viewers. And so I have a large Jamaican contingency here, and United States, probably Jamaicans, actually, from the way somebody pointed it out. But I'm going to highlight those athletes. So when somebody sees that, I'm highlighting two of the biggest viewers on my channel, because obviously you will all want to see your athletes doing well. So I hope that you all go to those videos, view them all the way through, like the videos, because as you like them and comment in the comment section, and you actually view them all the way through, it helps the channel get suggested to other ones. And we are the fastest in this category growing YouTube channel. We are growing faster than some of the ones that got more followers and subscribers than us right now. So this is crazy. And I know a lot of y'all go to those channels too. I'm not trying to hog anything here. Kivana Davis. Yeah, that is exactly who I thought. That was who I was thinking of. But Anne-Marie Clark said Davis isn't qualified. She will be 20 later this year. Dang. Keon Greaves said, here, Jamaica straight. Yeah, and then Track Highlight said, I come on for a while. Yeah, definitely send me an email if you guys are interested in applying for a paid mod thing. I think we're going to do that after the channel grows larger. But for now, we're going to get you through a trial or whatever if you want to do that. With that being said, thank you all for coming out. We've been over 2 hours and 2 minutes. So catch you all on the next stream. I appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate everybody. Yep, highlight where your support is coming from. Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what I want to do. So here, I'm going to drop this one more time. Just scroll up in the chat, right here. It's a Patreon link. Look in the description of every video. Consider becoming a Patreon. It's only $10 a month, really. And that helps you. You get into the Discord. You're a member there. And then that helps with everything else that's happening. Peace out, everybody. And I appreciate your support. Bye.